Hi everyone, this is Quynhforthewin, your self-love coach, here to support you always on the journey to ultimately become your own inner best friend. So today we have another triggering video, and this is related to an area that has so many fires to so many people. It is the hardest area to heal, aside from yourself. It is with family. So I had an experience the other night that reminded me of this category that causes so much pain. And the person who is doing this doesn't realize how much it hurts the other person. So I have done both of this, and I'm sure you have too. Or maybe you have experienced more on this side than the other side. And it is why it hurts when you tell people what they should do and when you give unasked advice. So I'm going to be sharing my personal experience of how it makes me feel, and I'm pretty sure you feel the way too, and why I have also been in the role of telling people what they should do and giving people unasked advice. Growing up with a certain family member, them always giving me advice and always telling me what I should do, it makes me feel judged. And why is that? Why is it that we feel judged when someone is telling us what to do and giving us unasked advice? In my experience, I feel like it's as if they are assuming that I didn't already know that. So then therefore, it delivers this message of I am better than you, so that's why I'm telling you, because you don't know better. And there's a whole difference of knowing better and doing better. And we seem to miss that part. And a lot of times I hear, well, if you knew better, you would have done it. Not necessarily. How many times do we know something, but we're not doing it? It's much deeper than that. There's emotional pains, mental pains, trauma, things from our past that is blocking us from being able to do it. And we're not realizing that. So there's a huge difference between knowing something and then doing it. So let's just clear that out. So that is why it feels judgmental. It's the assumption that I don't already know that. And it's like, I'm beneath you, right? I am like over there and you're over here because you know. Another reason why it hurts is it's because it does not invite connection. It does not invite understanding because there's no questions being asked. Again, all these assumptions being played out, being delivered versus asking questions to understand. What if that person already knows? So you can save your breath and save your energy on feeling like you need to tell this person what's up as if they don't know. So yeah, it does not invite connection. And when we don't feel connected with somebody, we don't feel the love. We don't feel the warmth, and we don't feel the welcoming vibe. So this starts to separate connections. Those are the top two. Those are the top two, the main ways where I've experienced so much pain from constantly experiencing that. Even outside of my family members, even from other people, past relationships, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, let's get into my experiences of when I have told people what to do, when I have given unasked advice to the person in front of me. And immediately I'm thinking about my romantic relationships. I was always telling them what to do. And where I was coming from was insecurities. Because I didn't have a grip of my own life, because I wasn't practicing my self-love, I wasn't practicing my coping skills, I wasn't practicing healthy outlets, I felt like I needed to control somebody else. I needed them to act a certain way so that it could fulfill my needs. Like if they weren't acknowledging me, if they weren't comforting me of my worries, then I would freak out and I would demand it from them. I would be so mad. So see, it came from a lot of insecurities, which would get projected onto them of me starting to say, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? You should do this. You should do this. You should do that. Okay. And I've definitely been like this with my family members as well, right? And other experiences where I catch myself being in this mode of telling someone what they should do and giving them advice is when I am extremely worried and concerned about them. And usually it's about their health. I know that I've done this with a particular family member a lot. Worry, concern, and insecurities is where I've seen myself project that onto other people, and it comes out as unasked advice and what they should be doing and being furious with them, when really I was furious with myself. With the self-love work, we are able to reflect on our own behaviors, take accountability, and practice our self-love to really express this, make space for it, heal it, understand it, love on it, and accept that this is a part of your past. This is part of your story. This is part of your healing experience. And so with that, you're able to have the space to understand when people are giving you unasked advice and when people are telling you what you should do. And I'll share with you how I handled this recent experience the other day, because out of nowhere after dinner, this person just starts sharing unasked advice, giving me advice and telling me what I should do in my financial area. And I had enough space to be the observer, to watch myself feeling triggered, right? It was like right here. And I was like, okay, we know that he's expressing concern. Because you've been there before, and he doesn't know how else to communicate to you except in this way. So I had enough space to respond instead of react. I responded with a thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And even though this is me being playful with this person, so this is depending on your dynamics with, the person that you want to practice having space for and not reacting to. And I said along the lines of, even though I didn't ask for advice, I understand that you're coming from a place of concern. And because the way that I delivered it was very playful and calm, they were able to receive that. They're like, yeah, I'm just concerned. I'm just like, okay. That was the energy. I left it with love, and so much of me wanted to be right. So much of me wanted to give this person advice on how to treat me. And I had enough space to nope, don't do that, because then you're just going to be just like this person if you go that direction. So with that said, let's go into tips. So let's talk about tips for those who are receiving the unasked advice, those who are receiving the should talk. Number one, if you know that you're about to see this particular person that tends to talk to you in that way, practice some self-love. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you know that it's super triggering, perhaps you need like a really good self-love session with yourself. Okay, so that is my main tip, because then you'll be able to catch yourself and respond from a place of love and understanding. Thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you. And walk away, right? I can see that you're concerned. I can see that perhaps you're worried, and I hear you. Okay, leave the conversation. Go somewhere else. If it's triggering, you know that you need to release some more. So it's like perhaps before and after. Self-love before, self-love afterwards. So those are my main tips for the receiving end. For those of you who have realized that you do this all the time, you give people advice and they're not even asking for it, and you're constantly telling people what to do. My tips for you is, yes, also practice self-love so that you have the space to catch the feelings of concern, catch the feelings of being super worried about the person, catch yourself when you know that you're acting from a place of insecurity, catch yourself when you're not basically feeling good, right? Like feeling like you need some grounding, you're feeling like you're losing control. We need to catch those feelings, because once you're able to catch it, then you know that perhaps it's not the best time to talk to this person. Perhaps I need to go somewhere else, express my concerns about this person, make space so that you can have the space to come back to this person and ask questions instead, to understand them, hear them out before making the assumption that they don't know any better, because perhaps they already do. And perhaps you'll realize from hearing them more, having them open up to you more, from coming from this place, you will really understand what they actually need. Okay? So that is how we can mend these relationships, by doing the self-love work, because we got to catch ourselves and then go to our healthy outlet, go to our self-love practice, and then respond and then proceed. Okay? So those are the reasons why it hurts. And these are tips on how you can move forward with these triggers, with these pains of people, for feeling judged and not understood. And also on the other end, feeling worried, extreme concerned, and super insecure. Okay? All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below what was helpful to you. I would love to know. And which side do you see yourself doing more? Experiencing the unasked advice, or seeing yourself giving a lot of unasked advice? Or maybe you're both like myself. Okay. All right. I will talk to you later. If you need support, I can go over with you what I have in store to really support you in the self-love journey. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.